Hello friends, Majibin here. Today I'm going to summarize chapters 7 and 8 of Jane Austen's novel Pride and Prejudice. This is part 3 of the summary series. Part 1 and 2 have already been uploaded. Do check out the playlist for my previous explanations of Pride and Prejudice. Chapter 7 is very crucial to the development of Pride and Prejudice. In this chapter, we see Mrs. Bennet at her silliest best. She is so fixated with the idea of seeing her daughter Jane married to Mr. Bingley that she is in the mood to send her across to Netherfield Park even when the weather is gloomy. She does not mind sending Jane to meet the Bingley sisters, even though she knows that the poor weather condition might affect her daughter's health. In fact, she is even open to the probability of Jane spending a night or two at Netherfield House, for that situation might give the chance to both Jane and Bingley to know each other better, and she was excited about the prospect of their relationship getting closer. However, Mr. Bennet is sarcastic about her mindset and chides her for her shallowness. In this very chapter, we also come to know that Jane does visit Netherfield Park all alone on horseback and falls ill after having got wet in the pouring rain. She sends information to her family about her inability to return home due to her illness. Although Mrs. Bennet is delighted that her plan of extending her daughter's visit to Netherfield Park is working out just the way she had hoped, her second daughter Elizabeth is not happy. She is deeply concerned about the well-being of her beloved sister and decides to pay a visit to Netherfield Park to meet Jane. Elizabeth walks 3 miles to reach Netherfield Park. The ground is wet and muddy, and when she shows up at Netherfield Park eventually, her clothes are wet and soiled. Darcy notices that the exercise had cast an uncommon glow on her skin. He gets drawn to her disheveled appearance, although he does not approve of her idea of having walked all those 3 miles alone. In this very chapter, Elizabeth is touched to see that Caroline and Louisa Bingley are genuinely interested in the well-being of her sister Jane, although they were not very friendly with Elizabeth herself. However, both sisters were polite and courteous and extended their hospitality to Elizabeth as well when they discovered that Jane was overjoyed to see her sister visiting her at Netherfield House and was not in the mood to let her go back home so easily. The result was that Elizabeth, who had actually planned to make a very short visit to the Bingley household to check on her sick sister, was now compelled to stay there overnight. This new situation in Elizabeth's life will now give Darcy the opportunity to know her more closely than before, and the romantic tension in the plot of the novel will also reach a new height. Jane's illness does not show any good signs of recovery, thereby making it important for Elizabeth to spend more time with them. The Bingley sisters can no longer tolerate her presence in the house, although they try to be civil with her. They make fun of Elizabeth behind her back. They are critical of her decision to show up at Netherfield Park in such an untidy manner, and that too all alone. Miss Caroline Bingley tries to find out from Darcy if he still thinks that he finds her eyes appealing. Darcy replies that the exercise outdoors had made her appearance even more pleasant to him. However, he does agree that he wouldn't have appreciated his own sister engaging in such rash outdoor adventures. Elizabeth could sense that the Bingley sisters were a superficial duo. Their concern for Jane seemed to be serious only when they visited the patient in her room. The sisters seemed to forget Jane the moment the girl was out of sight. In contrast, Charles Bingley's sensitivity towards Jane's health condition seemed to be serious. It was apparent that he genuinely cared about her. The author highlights Elizabeth's passion for reading books. Bingley has a good collection with him at Netherfield House, and his friend Darcy has an even bigger collection of books at Pemberley Estate. One important point to note is that the Bingley sisters do have Jane's well-being in their thoughts, but they regret the possibility that the eldest Miss Bennet, despite her good looks and pleasing personality, might not be able to get a good marital alliance due to her poor social status. Darcy also seems to have the same opinion about the Bennet sisters. Do visit the playlist for the summaries of the other chapters. Part 4 of this video will be uploaded soon. Consider subscribing to my channel, and thanks for watching. This particular series will be continued in the coming days, so do look out for them. Thanks a lot. Thank you so much for watching.